Okay, time for a video. This is one that we were sent a couple of days ago. We'll take a look at it today. Just get this out of the way. So it's an opinion essay. Some people suggest that shops should not be allowed to sell imported food. Instead, they should sell the food produced in local areas, or in the local area, I should say. Do you agree or disagree? Okay. So, check for words first, see what we've got. 274, okay, not too bad. You could maybe made it a little bit longer. We'll see. I've got the criteria on the screen. We're going to take a look at that for the scoring process. According to some, selling food which is not according to some, selling food which is imported should not be allowed in stores. Well, just because it's allowed in stores doesn't necessarily mean it should be sold, but still, okay. Imported, allowed, selling. Okay, you could have maybe paraphrased that a little bit more, but okay, that is good. In my view, I disagree. This is because those merchandisers, or that merchandise, can encourage the locals, to taste something different, and also it can help them economically. Help who? Who is them? Does that them refer to the locals or to shops? It's not quite clear what them refers to. Okay. Tasting something new can lead to familiarizing people to have a pleasant experience. How can you familiarize someone to have a pleasant experience? You can become familiar with something, familiarize yourself to a new taste, but how can you familiarize someone to have a pleasant experience? That doesn't work. This can convince them to try unfamiliar meals wherever they come from. Okay. For example, one of the supermarkets in my neighbourhood, brought, if it's in the past tense, brought some Norwegian fish known as salmon. So what do you mean brought to sell? In this case, some of the locals, including myself, we ignored them. We don't need present perfect. We ignored them at first. But my desire to know their taste makes, why are you writing this in present simple if it happened in the past, made me try them. Then I realized that those fishes, or that fish, were most delicious dishes I have ever tasted. My local people would not have the experience of tasting this food unless our local supermarket has permitted whom, you mean is permitted to put them up for sale. Bringing foods from other countries can be helpful for local shops to enhance their business. This means that when the new foods grab the locals' attention, they purchase more, and this causes stores can be made, and this results in stores making more profit. Oops. Okay. They can expand their commerce and bring several types of food. For instance, my local supermarket had been offered by whom? Some Chinese foods. Sushi's not Chinese, it's Japanese. Some Chinese foods such as sushi, and the locals like them a lot. Isn't this basically the same example in paragraph 2, except now it's sushi instead of salmon? This caused its business to have been boomed, to boom recently. If these products were banned, the shops may not be able to improve their business. Well, you basically used exactly the same example, but turned it for slightly different things. So I'm not quite sure how that works. I mean, look, paragraph 2. So, for example, the supermarket sold this new food and people didn't have experience. For example, they sold some new foods and people bought it. That's basically the same. In conclusion, I can understand locally produced food has some advantages. However, bringing in foods from abroad can be more beneficial for the local people, in terms of both familiarization with new tastes, because it's plural, abstract, so you make it a plural, and economic, and economy, and the economy. Okay, let's take a look. Task response. Get my pen. All parts of the prompt, I suppose. So, well, let's go back. So, some people say only food in the local area. You disagree. You think they should be allowed to sell imported food. So, have you addressed all parts? Okay, clear, relevant, fully extended, relevant, supported, overly general, maybe. Okay, let's take a look. According to some, selling food in imported should not be allowed. Okay, tasting something new can lead to familiarizing people to have a pleasant experience. Okay, but that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with in the shops. This can convince them they could go to a restaurant and try it. Why couldn't they go to a Norwegian restaurant and try some of their fish? Not necessarily about shops. This can convince them to try unfamiliar meals wherever they come from. I'm not quite sure where the logic is there. So just because you taste something new from one thing and you like it doesn't mean to say that you will therefore taste anything, all kinds of things. So, for example, one of the supermarkets in my neighbourhood bought some Norwegian fish known as a salmon. Some of the locals ignored them at first, but my desire to know their taste made me keen to try. Okay, right. So you say some of the locals ignored them. So does that mean that other people went and tried them? So you tried them. Did anybody else? So my local people would not have it. Well, according to what you've said, you are the only one that tasted this. You said some of the locals ignored them at first. So did they later try them? But my desire to know their taste made you try them. You thought they tasted nice. My local people are not you. So I see what you're saying, but that's not expressed particularly well. Okay. Bringing foods from other countries can be helpful to enhance the... So this is basically saying you've just put a slightly different slant on it. So this is about if shops don't sell new things, then you won't get to taste them. And it can enhance their business. Well, why would it enhance their business? People buy food in any case. Why would having new foods make people buy new foods more? Why would they purchase more? Wouldn't they just buy the same amount of food as they always do? So how is this going to enhance their business especially? Bringing foods from other countries can be helpful for local shops to enhance their business. How? When the new food, when, don't you mean if? Because you just said here that people ignored these new foods and you were the one. So that So does that mean that you're the only one? So how is that enhancing the business if you're the only one who bought them? Okay, this means with new foods that they purchase more. Who says so? This results in stores making more profit. They can expand their commerce and bring several types of food. Well, that's a circular argument. My local supermarket had been offered some Chinese foods, such as sushi, which is Japanese, and the locals liked them a lot. This caused its business to boom. Well, why would it cause your business to boom exactly? People still have to go to the supermarket and buy food. Presumably they're buying this new food in place of something else because they're not going to buy extra food. Why would you buy that? This caused its business to boom. If these products were banned, the shops may not be able to. There's quite a lot of supposition here. So, I think the evidence and arguments are not sufficient. I see where it's going, but it's not very. It's simple assertion is not an argument. Simple assertion is not an argument. So I'm not quite sure. I'll think about it. 7, could be 6. I'm more inclined towards 6 for task response. Cohesion, coherence. The paragraphing, the logical sequence of information and ideas. How well do you do that? Well, let's take a look. So now, what I do like about this, it's not obvious. Firstly, on the one hand, on the other hand, secondly, thirdly, finally, it doesn't have these obvious cohesive devices. So that's quite good. It is cohesive, but it doesn't stand out like using those devices can. Firstly, on the one hand, on the other hand, we need that. What you've done here is good. Main idea. You don't have to. The main reason why people do this is because that's what lots of people do. It's a waste of words, and you don't need it. Just do it like this. So the paragraph is good in terms of the logic. Is there a progression? This sentence leads to this sentence leads to that one. Tasting something new, experience, comments, okay, I'm not quite sure if that's true or not. Other supermarkets bought some fish, we ignored them, you tasted the fish, you said it was nice. You wouldn't have tasted this food if a supermarket didn't have it. Well, yeah, of course you wouldn't have done. Bringing foods when they grab, if they grab the locals' attention, they purchase more. So in terms of logic, I'm not quite sure. I don't think there's quite. It's not bad. But I think the assertion is not an argument. But okay, in terms of cohesion, it's not bad. I'm not sure yet. 7 or 6. I'm considering it. I think the cohesion's good. I'll give cohesion a 7. That is pretty good because it's not a 6. It's not a 6. There's a central topic, developed a logical sequence within the paragraph. I think it's pretty good. It's 7. Overgeneralize. I'll give it 7 too. So I think 7. So not bad so far. Now vocabulary. Do we have a wide range? Let's take a look. So. Familiarizing people, unfamiliar meals, got some good collocations, experience, yeah, I've got some. I think vocab's not too bad. I think the vocab is pretty good. We've got some synonyms, some good collocations, nothing stands out as being unnatural. I think, yeah, vocab's good. I think idiomatic items, not particularly, but Okay, spelling appropriate. I think I would give it 8. I think it's good. I give it 7, 7, 8. Now the grammar. Let's take a look. Now how this works. They count the number of sentences without a mistake. Okay, so count the sentences first. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 sentences. 16, you don't really need that. Just a couple of short sentences there. 16 sentences, right? So we need for an 8 majority without mistakes or frequent. Okay, so you got 16, so majority of 16 is going to be what? It's going to be 10, 9, 10, or above. So let's count and see. Okay, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, only 6. 6 out of 16. So that's going to pull the grammar down. That's going to pull it down. Now we don't impede communication, but 6 out of 16. It's not frequent. It's not a majority. So I can't give it more than 6 for the grammar. So if I give it 7, 7, 7, 6. So 7, 14, 21, 6, 27. And 27 divided by 4. 6.75. They round it down. So 6.5. 6.5. So not too bad. So what I would suggest, okay, work on the grammar, because that's the thing that's basically pulled this essay down. You can see, I'll just put it all on the screen so you can see it. Okay, so you can see that there. There's some verb forms. So we've got article use. It's a compound noun. Dummy subject. It. Verb form. Present perfect. It should be simple past. Verb form past instead of present simple. A form of be, am, is, was, were, instead of has, permitted, present perfect. Verb form should be infinitive, not continuous. Results, causes can be word order. You've got incorrect modal verb, auxiliary verb, main verb. That doesn't work. Verb form, so articles. So it's mainly verbs. It's mainly verb forms that would bring that down. So the cohesion coherence is good. Okay, try and make the logic better between your sentences. A couple of the arguments are more or less roundabout, circular. You know, this leads to this because of this, therefore this means this, this which shows this, which comes back to 1, 2, 3, 4. That's basically what you need for that to improve that. Task response is not bad. A little bit vague, and some of the logic doesn't quite work. You need to be a bit more specific and focused, but all in all, that's not bad. So main thing for this essay is grammar. I definitely work on that, especially verb forms. Lexis is good. As I say, task achievement, cohesion, coherence needs a little bit of tweaking, and you should be able to get 7+ easily. Okay. Hope that helps.